know it in my sleep.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Okay, this is our ATM assignment. Okay, here is 2 pieces score that you brought. Could you explain to this?
I have 2 cello pieces here. One is a Brahms sonata. It's a Brahms cello sonata in E minor. And the other piece is a Papaletski cello pieces.
Okay. It looks like concerto one looks harder than sonata. Is it what you think?
Yeah. The concerto is a lot faster tempo, and it has more technically demanding passages than the sonata.
Okay. So how do you feel on these two music?
I feel like the sonata might be a little bit easier to play because it's less demanding technically. But it's also demanding in other areas. But the concerto is a lot more difficult because it has a faster tempo and it has more 16th notes, double stops, octaves.
So that you mean the Brahms sonata is more feel comfortable than concerto one, right?
Yeah. Especially in performance.
Okay. You nervous a lot before performing, or?
Yeah. I'm pretty nervous.
Do you have certain good way to mind control, or?
Before a performance, I think it's good experience to do more performances. That way you're not as nervous each time. I just try to forget about who's listening, and I just try to focus on my piece and communicating with the accompanist, and trying to communicate what I want with the music.
Okay, so which piece do you like better?
I like the Brahms.
Yeah, that's right. While I'm working on the hard piece, I don't want to practice because it's hard and sounds not good. And like this piece, we have some double stops, and when I feel nervous, it's really hard to make good sounds. Yeah. So I think most of people don't like to play hard piece because it's hard.
Definitely, it's hard to practice too.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
So how do you practice this concerto one?
I try to practice it slow, slower tempo, and I also try to have people hear me when I'm practicing, so that way I can get used to people listening while I'm playing.
Okay, have you ever performed this music? How was it?
Some were better than others. Sometimes that I performed it, but it's really hard to get rid of the nerves you get before performing. And with this piece, it's really important not to be nervous, because if your hand shakes or your bow moves too fast, it can really affect the piece.
So one thing I want to mention is I want to explain what IPS means.
Okay.
On our ATM class, we are learning IPS and mind controlling while we're performing. And IPS is standing for Ideal Performance State, which means a relaxed and highly focused performance energy. We know we need to relax and we need more energetic while we're performing, but it's really hard.
It is. Yeah. We all want the ideal state where we have energy and we're not nervous.
Yesterday I took lessons with Mr. Jade, and he always said, "Don't be nervous, relax." And I know I'm trying, but it's not hard. It's not easy.
We all know how it should be, but it's different. It's hard to control the emotions you feel.
Yes. Actually, we are reading 2 kinds of book, and it's about how can we reduce our stress and how can we perform well and how can we mind control. And both of books say recommend using IPS while you're practicing and performing. So here's some example. Is the most common use descriptor of IPS are physically relaxed, mentally calm, fearless, positive mind, happy thinking, and feeling in control. So
yeah, those are really important things, especially being physically relaxed. Because I think it's easy to be uptight and nervous, and sometimes when you're nervous, your muscles will tense up, and it will really affect your playing, especially the fast passages.
Yes, right.
So that's important. Sometimes I like to just take a deep breath before going on stage, before performing. It really helps relax or think about something really peaceful.
And I want to mention my experience on my junior recital. I'm doing one of my pieces, Spring Sonata, it's Beethoven's Fifth Violin Sonata, and it's really beautiful piece, and its title is Spring Sonata.
Right.
But because we have lots of 16th notes and lots of fast tempo and double stop also, it makes lots of, I'm in trouble on that.
Yeah.
So one time Mr. J said this title is Spring Sonata, so imagine the spring, the flowers and butterflies, those kind of things. And after I imagine the spring, it sounds better and I feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
So I think imagination is
very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, to help you relax.
So I recommend your concerto. It's hard, but maybe you can imagination some pictures or...
Yeah, I try to.
Oh.
Definitely.
So what kind of pictures?
It depends, like each section has a different mood. So like when the mood changes, I try to think of something. I don't know, each time it changes, each time it's different.
Yes.
But depending on the mood of the piece, the pictures in my mind will change, but it does help.
Okay. And another thing is not related to IPS, but what I want to mention is positive thinking. Yeah. Positive thinking is really important, and the jury and recital makes us really nervous. Yeah, but I want to enjoy it instead of perfect performing.
Right. I think it's important to also not to think like bad about yourself, but to mentally prepare yourself and tell yourself that you can do it. And
That's a good way.
It's a good way to help relieve the nervousness.
Okay. I have some questions. Okay. We are keep talking about IPS. So what is meaning or definition of IPS?
For me, the ideal performance state is when I'm not nervous and when I feel relaxed enough that I can perform everything perfectly, like I've practiced. Because sometimes you can practice perfectly, but when you get on stage, because you're nervous, you make errors in places that you don't usually do.
Yes, right.
Yeah. So
I mistake always
silly mistakes that you never made before. Sometimes they just happen on stage.
Yes.
So ideally, if you're not nervous, then normally you probably won't make those mistakes. And also being mentally aware, like reading ahead while you're performing, thinking ahead of what's coming ahead. If you're not nervous, you usually will be able to do that. And for me, that's ideal. Also being very relaxed.
Actually, my next question was, what is your own definition of IPS? But I think you answered already. Yeah,
that's ideal. How I wish it would be.
Okay, so I hope IPS can help your performance and your practicing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yay.